Okay, so you did it. You passed your boards. And for a moment, it felt incredible. Relief, pride, validation, and then reality hit. Because passing boards and practicing as a nurse practitioner are two very different things. Let's talk about something that no one really prepares you for. Here's what often happens after the boards. You feel confident for about a week, and then you start your first job. And suddenly someone looks at you and says, "So what do you think?" And in that moment, it hits you. There's no multiple choice options. There's no narrowing it down to 4 answers. There's no select the best response. It's just you, your assessment, your plan, and most of all, your name on that chart. And that shift often feels heavy. A lot of new NPs experience imposter syndrome during this phase. That quiet thought in the back of your mind that says, what if they realize I don't know enough? But here's the truth. Boards tested what you know. Practice tests how you think. And thinking in real time with real patience is a completely different skill set. Let's break down what makes this transition so hard. First, decision fatigue. In school and on boards, you're recognizing patterns that someone else has structured for you. But in practice, you generate the differential. You decide what labs to order. You decide what imaging is appropriate. You decide whether to treat or to refer for every single visit. And by the end of the day, your brain feels fried. Secondly is the documentation reality. You're no longer charting for a grade. You're charting for billing, for compliance, for liability. You start double checking everything. You over document. You stay late. You reread notes at home. And then there's the procedural hesitation. Maybe you've seen an incision and drainage done. Maybe you've watched a joint injection. But now someone hands you the tray and says, go ahead. And your heart rate spikes, not because you don't understand the steps, but because now it's your responsibility. And that responsibility feels different. The hardest part of this transition isn't that you don't know enough. It's that you suddenly feel responsible. But here's something important. Confidence in this stage is not knowledge-based anymore. It's repetition-based. You don't gain confidence by reading more. You gain confidence by doing more and doing it intentionally. So how do you navigate this phase without burning out? Well, first, I would tell you to master a few core conditions. Pick 3 to 5 things that you see often, maybe hypertension, diabetes follow-ups, URI visits, UTIs, and make sure you're extremely comfortable managing them. Then, don't avoid procedures that make you nervous. Avoidance delays confidence, but repetition is what builds it. Which leads us to the last point. Seek structured skill development, not just random CE just to check a box, not hoping time alone will fix it, but hands-on repetition, case-based learning, training that forces you to think and to apply. Because confidence doesn't come from time, it comes from intentional repetition. Luckily for you, at NP Skills Made Easy, we have everything you need to build confidence and feel prepared after your board exam. We offer hands-on live skills workshops, intentional online CE courses with live suturing sessions included, like in our urgent care course. And we even have free webinars where you can ask and speak with expert instructors. You can gain a better understanding of the questions that you have in your field. So if you're in this transition phase right now, I want you to hear this clearly. There's nothing wrong with you. The discomfort that you're feeling, that's actually growth. And we have the resources you need to bridge the gap between feeling uncomfortable and being unstoppable. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, there's plenty more where that came from. Be sure to check out similar videos on our YouTube page. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.